All right, what are we here to review today?
We're here to review the Spider-Man live-action television series from the 1970s.
Yes, we watched the first two storylines, or as I believe it technically consists of the first 4 episodes, according to IMDb, of the old 1970s live-action Spider-Man television series. We watched it on an old VHS that we recorded off of USA back in the day. Yeah, picture quality wasn't the greatest. Yeah.
No, definitely not.
But neither was the storytelling.
No, that is also a definite not. The second storyline there, the one part where the girl directly asks him, "Are you Spider-Man?" And he's like,
Oh, I know.
"No! Do I look like I could jump around buildings?" And she's like, "Yeah, but he's here, isn't he?" And he's like, "Well, he might be closer than you might think." Well, I just thought he was
It's
you,
like-
and you're the closest thing to me, so...
It's like, how dumb can you be? First off, you don't want her to know you're Spider-Man.
No.
So you are trying to cover your tracks, which is great. But the moment she actually believes you're crap, and then you're like, well, then you get upset at the fact that she doesn't believe you could be Spider-Man. I'm like, are you that dumb?
Yeah, later in the story, like, at the end, it was like, "Well, you don't know." It's like, well...
I know there was
What?
so many double entendres or double meanings when he kept throwing out a lot of his quips because he was getting frustrated. I'm like, dude, this is what you want her to believe. You want her to believe you're not Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You want to keep your identity secret. This is what
Absolutely.
you initially did and wanted to do.
Yeah.
But then you got upset when she actually believed your lie.
Yeah.
When you should be happy and jumping for joy and
Yes.
selling that lie more.
Exactly.
Instead of like, wait a minute, I am Spider-Man. Why did she believe I could be Spider-Man? I'm like, because you don't want her to know you're Spider-Man.
No, not at all.
And that was a point you made at the beginning of the episode where you didn't want her to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you're upset that she actually believes your lie. I'm like, that makes no sense logically whatsoever to the story. It just makes Peter look dumb
Yes.
and childish.
Yeah.
And it makes the writers look dumb and childish
Childish.
and don't know how to tell a story. I was speaking about not knowing how to tell a story. Oh my, the pacing in these 4 episodes
Oh, they
we
dragged
watched.
on. They
It
dragged.
I was like nodding off like this.
Oh, I
dude.
definitely fell asleep at some point.
It was like it was boring, and I can
Absolutely.
sit through like an episode of the old Incredible Hulk television series.
Yeah.
This didn't know how to properly pace itself.
No.
It didn't break up the action sequences properly. It focused on the storyline for the episodes too much at times, which sometimes can be a great thing. In this case, it wasn't because the storylines were boring,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh man, just get to an action beat or something.
So who are supervillains of the episodes?
Well, according to the first 4 episodes, I think the first 2 episodes, the villain was some kind of crazy mad scientist mind control guy whose name escapes me, and he wasn't somebody from the comics.
Yep.
And then in the 3rd and 4th episodes, it was some rich
guy.
billionaire who also wanted to secretly be a terrorist and wanted to get his hands on plutonium.
Because he
So
wanted
basically,
money.
just random generic bad guy.
And then he blackmailed the city to get money that they couldn't even really pay their garbage men. But yet somehow they'd have the money that he's actually...
Yeah, I love those cracks. It's like...
It's like, what?
It's like, yeah, they're making reference to the fact that the city, because I think that was something that was actually going on during the 70s in New York City, where they were short on money and
Yeah.
they couldn't even properly pay their like garbage men.
But yet...
But yet, however, this guy thinks he's going to be able to extort the city for millions of dollars, even when the city's going broke. It was just hilariously bad.
And they blend together. Like, I feel like I watched the same episode twice, but instead of it being a mind control device, it was plutonium.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, the
It was
plot.
the same
Yeah, no,
plot.
it was bad, just bad writing. It was bad, lazy writing. That's why it's like, what episode are we on now? Episode 3? Oh, really? Yeah, that's kind of how it felt. And the way I think USA packaged them, they kind of aired them back to back, and it felt like 2 television films. That's why we had to look it up, and we realized, no, it's actually the first 4 episodes. It's just, I guess there were 2-parters or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was very bad.
Like, yeah. And, like, I remember watching this when I was a kid, when it was airing reruns on USA in the early 90s, late 80s, no, early 90s, I believe.
Yeah.
And I remember USA around Thanksgiving would always do some kind of like marathon. I remember the one year they did do a marathon, and it was the old Amazing Spider-Man show, and I remember taping a couple episodes, and then for some reason I thought, hey, it's a great idea, let's go review this. Because I saw a couple other people, I'll admit, like I saw a couple other videos online, people reviewing it.
Yeah.
I think Joe Blow did a video, and some English guy whose name escapes me did a video, which made me go, oh yeah, I remember watching that as a kid. I remember that marathon where I taped a few episodes. Let's go back and revisit that for a review for the channel.
Yeah.
Oh my, do I regret that now.
I do as well, though I will say I would watch another episode like a year from now, like the next episode in the series.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if I really want to put myself through that. But that being said, if you're looking for something that's going to help you fall asleep, I would recommend the show. Oh,
yeah,
especially if you find out it's a two-parter. Oh yeah, that second half of part one is going to drag so bad it's going to put you to sleep.
Yeah.
You don't need any medication.
No, I definitely passed out during it.
Oh man, it was rough.
I would say don't recommend. I do kind of want to see another episode, but I wouldn't recommend anyone to like sit down and do what we just did.
But doesn't it have like the fun factor, like the old live action Wonder Woman series had, or the old live action Incredible Hulk television series had?
It's very bland.
They were fun and they were full of action. They kept you entertained. They kept you locked in. This tried to copy that, but didn't know how to properly do it because clearly they were working off a very small budget.
I think the most entertaining thing I saw was the cut to commercials where like the spider webs came up.
Yeah, I know. And then it brings you back in. And I was gonna say, like, even shows like that were aimed at kids, like the old '70s Shazam show and the Secrets of Iris or Isis or something television show. It was a spin-off from Shazam. They don't want to use the word anymore because it's also associated with a terrorist group, I think, in the world now. It's the same reason why Archer, I kid you not. It's the same reason why the television show Archer can't use it anymore as the name of the agency because of this organization, what they're doing. So they just. Oh, okay. So I think they tried to rename because in the comics, it was a DC Comics character. It was her character because the character's name was Isis, and she was based off of the Egyptian god Isis. Yeah. But because of that, what that group is doing in the world now, they had to rename the comic book character.
Well, yeah.
And so they and they also had to rename Archer's spy agency. So, but there was a show called The Secrets of that word. I don't want to keep saying it because I don't want to accidentally get flagged by YouTube. Yeah. Thinking I'm talking about something else, which I'm not. I'm talking about that awful Captain Marvel spin-off show from the 70s. Which, what it reminded me of, because that chick who played that character played the nosy reporter in episodes 3 and 4.
Really?
That's what made me think of it. I'm like, oh yeah, where's she from? And then when I was searching through IMDb, I'm like, oh, that's where she's from.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't mind maybe watching that sometime with you, but...
Oh, I don't even know if I have any episodes of that left on VHS. I was surprised I could find this. I'm surprised the VHS still worked.
I'm sure they released it on some kind of like VHS or DVD format at some point in history, and you could track.
I think they did do it on DVD eventually. They did do the Captain Marvel / Shazam show and the female spin-off show that I don't want to say again.
Yeah.
I believe they did release them on DVD, but now those DVDs are out of print. So
yeah, but some store.
I know, and you might be able to find it at some like niche shop or specialty shop, or they might reissue them or put them on Blu-ray one day. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But getting back to Spider-Man, yeah,
that was as I could.
Yeah, that was just bad. Oh, that was.
Yeah.
That was like what, 3 hours of our life we ain't getting back.
Yeah, it was. It really was. I don't even know if I have anything like good to say about it.
I don't have much more other than to say I can't believe we were crazy enough to do this. This turned out a lot worse than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
I recommend if anybody does want to check this out, go right ahead because there's rumors that it might be coming to Disney Plus or Blu-ray soon. So somebody might want to check it out, and to you, I say power to you. But if you don't, this is nothing you're missing out on. Because I would recommend like going back and watching like the old Wonder Woman show and the old Incredible Hulk show, but
Even Flash.
even the '90s Flash, but yeah, that was better in quality than a lot of these shows. So, but I'm talking about like the live action shows from the '70s. But
Fair.
Spider-Man is definitely not at the top of the game.
No.
This would be this is definitely a forgettable series, and there's a reason why it only lasted like a season or two and only did like a handful of episodes. I think it was less than 20. I'm gonna ballpark and say it was probably around like 12, 13, at max 16. I can't remember the exact amount. It was the short season or 2. Not a lot of episodes produced for the series, and I see why.
It definitely did not.
So those videos I've been seeing online that kind of sparked my nostalgia and wanting to go back and watch the show. I'm like, nope, not doing this again for a long time. Nope.
I guess that kind of would wrap it up there.
I think so. So, boys and girls and whoever else is watching, like, share, and subscribe and all that jazz. And until next time, we'll catch you later.